Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another message of love wisdom that I wish to share in this video and talk about twin flames. Are you one who is on a twin flame journey and wondering about the different types of relationships to recognize, whether it be karmic, soulmate, or twin flame? Well, then you're in the right video, because we're about to talk about the different types of relationships. But also, at the end of this video, I would like to share a guided meditation to work with the energies of twin flame and bringing them together. So first of all, my name is Monica Bermudez, and I am an intuitive self-love energy healer. And I was guided to share this message with you in regards to twin flames and relationships and how to recognize the different types of relationships. From my personal experience, I am on a twin flame journey myself. For some time that I started to work and do the inner work on myself. And what triggered it was when I went through my biggest heartbreak of a divorce that led me into a very deep depression and dark night of the soul. And during that dark night of the soul and depression, I had a very deep mystical and spiritual dream where I connected with my twin flame. But at the time, I didn't know what twin flame was. And so what intuitively the message that I was getting was twin flame. And so when I researched it, I found that there was this community of people talking about what twin flames was. So I went on a search and thinking and searching for my own twin flame and connecting with this relationship, that I started going that way, but what's really happening was going into a deeper spiritual awakening that was interconnected with my own soul purpose and the soul purpose of my twin flame. So the twin flame has been described as being your other half. So it's a soul that's been split since the beginning and separated through time. And, being in this three-dimensional world that we were, there has been a lot of separation for most twins. And so they each carry the same frequency and energy. And usually with a karmic relationship, which I realized I had so many during my time that I was reflecting in the dark night of the soul, that I reflected so much on all my previous relationships, and I realized that all of them were toxic, unfulfilling, and unhealthy. And that's when I really started to work on myself inwardly and going within and pulling out all the karmic and ancestor patterns that I could possibly think of. And so that's how I really started to work on first building myself and building the twin flame energy inside of myself first. And twin flame energy, it's much more intense as far as it really what it is, the divine feminine, divine masculine union. And if that part of the two are divided inside of us, then we will only attract the other type of relationships that are more karmic type relationships. And karma, just to explain a little bit, I've had some videos on this, but I would like to elaborate a little more on it. Karma is really a universal law that has been part of this, of the universe, but it's really about balance. So it's not really negative it could be negative, it could be positive, but it's really about balancing those two aspects of the negative and the positive. because we are living in this world of duality and polarity. So you'll find there's the shadow aspect and there's the light that also exists within us, but also exists throughout this planet, because that is part of being human, and that is part of the lessons that we come to learn here on Earth. Earth being a school of lessons and growth for our own spiritual growth. So that's in its sense karmic relationships, when we are resetting ourselves to rebalance and learn from those relationships themselves to build us up for our twin flame union. And so when we're navigating and finding who that is, it all starts from inside of us, in our inward energy and what is happening inside. Now, all relationships do have the mirror, right? We do reflect each other in different ways. But when it comes to twin flame, that mirror is even more intense. So if we don't spend the time or as much time in ourselves to really try to do the inner work in ourselves, it makes it much harder and more challenging when we do end up with our twin flame, because that reflection is even deeper and more painful. But if you start off really taking the time to learn inside about the karmic patterns and the ancestor patterns inside and doing the deeper inner work, then you closely start to realize that the energy starts to come together. It's almost like you become your own twin flame. And so that's exactly what I did. I've been having like mini twin flame unions within the chakra system, and then eventually throughout my whole system. And so my business is called Sacred Heart Awakenings, because the Sacred Heart is a portal that is part of the soul. So that in itself is like a mini twin flame union, wherein the whole heart comes together within the chakra system when more layers of the patterns are removed or are transmuted. And then this creates a union and creates this portal, and that portal is a deeper connection with the divine source of love. It's a universal love. And it's a self-love that is so much deeper that it will just transform you, and you will realize how much you yourself are your own twin flame. So the benefit is that when you're in search of your own twin flame, you have built this foundation within your heart, starting with your heart. And so you're able to navigate with more intuition and discernment, and do the conscious dating and seeing that being open to the twin flame energy of who may be your twin flame, but also not getting attached to this whole concept and all the signs of what a twin flame is. Because oftentimes if we become so attached to something and we put too much emotion into it, thinking, is this person my twin flame or not? That can also set you up for a trap or another heartbreak. So yes, be open to it. But when you do the really deeper inner work within the heart, it's the heart that also gives you the guidance that you need to navigate around knowing exactly who is and who isn't. And it all ties in with the intuition and the discernment. Now, my work is doing a lot of light language. So when I found myself on this path of finding my twin flame, when I started to really work deeper and deeper inside of myself, I had stumbled across light language at the time, which I had no clue what it was. But I was at a last resort because I really felt that I needed something. So I had tried everything in my spiritual toolbox that I could think of. And I said, I really want to make this transformation inside of myself and just be done with these patterns that kept coming up with these relationships that I wanted to break free from. And so I started working with this other light language, and I was open to it. And it really started to transform me so much that eventually it activated my own light language. And I had first started speaking it, but in private, not knowing exactly how and what was coming out of me. But just recently now, I do this as part of my business. And it took so much courage to do that in front, but I was so passionate about helping others transmute, those who are willing to really make the permanent changes in their life, the way I made my own permanent changes. So the minute that I started speaking it, it brought back a nostalgic feeling of being home. And I started to also shed and release even deeper layers of my own karmic and ancestral patterns, just by my own speaking of it. And so now I see how much it's impacting clients in different ways, shifting them, the foundation of their own heart. And so the language that I do speak is an ancient dragon language. But it's also infused and encoded with energy codes of other beings who do transmit and channel through me. And so the energy codes come in to support with the inner deeper work. So of course there are other ways that you can do the inner deeper work as well. Energy code is one way. If you really want to do the permanent changes in your life and you're ready for it, to accelerate you to have a closer union with your twin flame and to bring in the attraction and activate that DNA inside of you of the twin flame codes. So really, in essence, is really taking the time first and reflecting on all your previous relationships and taking note of the lessons that you learned from them and being grateful for those lessons. And what is it inside of you that you want to change? What is it inside of you that you feel could be tied to karmic balance? What is it inside that is tied to ancestral that you want to repatternized? And what is it that you feel are both? And as you make the changes inside of yourself, it also changes your whole life, but also the community and humanity, as well as your twin flame. Because as you do the inner work, your twin flame also benefits from it. So now is the time to really dig in deeper into these energies and really start to break free from your own karmic and ancestral patterns that have been holding you back from being with your beloved and your deeper union, your sacred union with your twin flame. And now, today is Sunday, by the way, Sunday, November 29th of 2020. It is in the United States, the weekend of Thanksgiving. But we're also in the midst of a vortex of the full moon partial lunar eclipse, which in the United States will be Monday, November 30. And depending on the time zone that you're at, it will be depending if it will be the same day or different day or time. But the point is, when you have a lunar eclipse, even if it's partial, united with a full moon, this is a time to be releasing and clearing any limiting beliefs you may have, and bringing in more of the twin flame energy in your life. So resetting yourself, rebalancing yourself in the karmic, and just dissolving any of these other energy or patterns that are occurring that you're consciously aware of their presence in your life, and you no longer want to serve them because you want to move forward with fulfilling a soul purpose. And not just a soul purpose for you, but also a soul purpose with your twin flame. Because the twin flame energy is also about soul purpose. It's a sacred union to work for a divine mission together on earth. And if you're being called and attracted to the twin flame, that is because you both have a soul contract agreement to fulfill a divine mission. So in this particular full moon, it falls on the energy of the Gemini. So when I think of Gemini, I think of twins. But what comes to mind is twin flame energy. Now, Gemini is also about communication. So if you're having issues with, say, with your twin flame, if you have your twin flame, or maybe you're still searching for your twin flame, this is a time to establish a deeper type of connection and communication, whether it be in verbal form or in telepathy. But it's a type of communication that's with love, right? Not with conflict, not of war, but more of the type of communication of expression of self. And an expression of self within, but also an expression out, and speaking your truth and being authentic with yourself. And that's really the twin flame energy inside of yourself too, is being authentic with each other. Each other, when I say your divine masculine and your divine feminine. So there has to be that internal communication as well with your inner divine feminine and your divine masculine. And we're speaking energetically, not in the physical form. So bringing the two together first, your inner marriage, your inner sacred union, and just talking to those inner parts, inner energies of yourself, and asking the divine masculine what they need from the divine feminine, and likewise for the divine feminine. So this is what this full moon is bringing. And if there's anything that needs to be let go from what is holding you back from having your own inner union inside of you, this is the time for it, with the energies that are supporting you. And not just the energies of the planetary astrological alignment of finding this full moon with the partial lunar eclipse, but you also have your guides, your angels, archangels, and those who are with you, supporting you on this journey. So the only one who can save you now is you. And just remember that you are your savior. It's not your twin flame. It's not this other divine partner or beloved. You are your own beloved and your own savior. So it all starts within you, the foundations of your own heart. So now I would like to jump into a brief meditation with you. It's a guided meditation to assist you with the energies of the twin flame, of the divine masculine and divine feminine. So we kindly ask that you close your eyes and sit in a comfortable position. You could lay down as well. And just before we jump in, just want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel, as I will be providing more love wisdom messages. So just relax in whatever position you find yourself at the moment. Resting. Close your eyes to minimize any form of distraction. Place your right hand over your heart and feel the rhythm, the beating of your heart. Take several deep breaths. Breathing in, breathing out, and relaxing, distressing. Connecting with the energy of the full moon. You find yourself in the most beautiful of gardens with all the flowers you can possibly imagine and visualize. Smelling the most beautiful, uplifting aroma that you can possibly think of. Seeing all the brightness of the beautiful different colors. Red, orange, yellow, white, pink, blue, anything that you could possibly visualize and using your own imagination. Still feeling that rhythm within your own heart, the beating of the heart. And within this garden, you find yourself with your own twin flame. However you want to visualize him or her is perfect for you. And now just speak what you wish to say. And now receive a message from your twin. Perhaps there's something you both want to release from each other and heal. What can bring both of you together? Feel the heart connection. And send your deepest love to each other. Take a deep breath. Just relax and come back into your own body. So this is just one technique of being able to work with the divine feminine, divine masculine energy of the twin flame within, of bringing those energies together inside of you first and doing the inner work. And if you ever want to go deeper and you feel guided and it resonates for you, I offer a complimentary Sacred Heart Awakenings breakthrough session to discuss the layers of the heart itself when it comes to karmic and ancestral, and helping to repair energetically and doing a diagnosis of what is needed. And I also support with light language and energy codes to support with what you need in order to help with your own union. So please feel free to visit my website that is in the description box and click on the apply now. So I would love to connect with you and support you on the twin flame journey that you find yourself, because you're deserving of having a deeper connection with your own beloved and your own relationships. So I look forward to connecting with you in the next Love Wisdom video. So I wish you so much love, and bye for now. Namaste.